Because he's not a businessman. I'm not a businessman. I'm just glad somebody's willing to pay me, right? Oh, you want to pay me
Yeah.
salary so I can sit and program and make games and design stuff, and that's great. I'm happy, right? I don't think about but there may be, I'm not a businessman. I don't think like a businessman. I've long since given up. It's like, remember, know what you don't know. So I know that I'm not a businessman. I know I don't really know anything about it. I don't really want to, I honestly don't care that I'm not rich, right? That I don't care about it. I wouldn't know what to do with it, that kind of money, and I don't really want it. But I would like to have enough where I don't have to worry about money either, right? So it's just a little bit more, so I pay the bills and not have to think about it. But and I'll never be a businessman. And it's a conscious decision. I don't even want to try, even if it means that I will always struggle, because at least I'm doing what I want to do and I'm happy doing, and I'm not selling out, not selling out. I don't really necessarily have a problem with selling out as much, but I do have a problem with selling life.
Right. You'd rather be doing something rather than just making money off of the success of something.
Sure. I mean, think about how many lives you got. I only have the one personally, right? And there's a finite amount of time. I don't know how much time that is, but there's a finite amount of time. Would you be willing to sell me 10 years of your life? Probably not. Even especially like the ones in the middle, some of the good ones, right? Not the ones,
right.
The crappy ones at the end. Some of the good ones in the middle. Would you sell me 10 years life? 15? No. Nobody would. Nobody would ever do it if such a thing were possible.
Right.
But when you work a job where you're not happy and fulfilled and enthusiastic and learning and growing, you are doing exactly that. You are selling part of your life so you can, I have this job so I can get paid. We all have to work so we get money to pay the bills. No. Well, I guess some people have that. And if you're happy doing that, that's fine. Then at least do the best damn job you can if you are going to do that. But honestly, I have one life. I'm going to use every damn minute of it. So at the end, you look back and you know what? I didn't waste any of it. It may not all have been fantastic or great or successful. I have the tendency to be very successful at what I do, but I don't have to follow up. I never make a good deal, and I don't have to follow up, and then I end up in some, again, sort of at the bottom, and I've got to work my way up again. And I've accepted that about me, and that's same thing with Elder Scrolls, right? It's just sort of thing. Yeah, I'm glad I created it. It was a remarkable journey. I was going to say it was fun. It wasn't fun, but it was remarkable in many ways. And it was certainly hugely instrumental in growing me professionally, technically as a person. I changed a huge amount but most of Bethesda's, how they treated people there at the time. I'm sure it's better now, but at the time it was pretty brutal. And, I've become better for it, and I'm a better person. And I'm who I am now for it, so I'm okay with this.
Yeah, they're very good games, and it's cool to see that something like that, which the game industry has told us that doesn't sell, doesn't work, nobody wants to play it. They actually are being successful and stuff. Like, turn-based, in the late 90s, early 2000s, turn-based was like, no, don't do any turn-based games. Turn-based games are dead. But we see that coming back again. Yeah.
For it, because it's not, here's the thing, it's one thing, okay, so it's turn-based, but that's just a mechanic. You can still, it's a great game. Mechanics are, if they feel good and they feel right to the game, or if they don't interfere with the experience, then who the hell cares, right? It doesn't really matter. Not everything has to be like immersive, 3D, realistic. Like, it doesn't have to be. That's great too. There's nothing wrong with that, but that's not what every game needs to be. So as per XCOM is just it's good game design. I mean, again, they're riding on what's there already. It'd be hard for them to screw it up, right? And they didn't. But it'd be very, very difficult. It's sort of thing that's why, the idea is that you can do what you love to do and you can be successful, but not necessarily popular, right?
Right.
And you could do something that, what do people buy? What do like? Okay, what's popular? What should we make? That's more of a corporate thing. If you make decisions that way, odds are you're going to fail horribly, right? You're not going to be successful or popular, and you deserve neither, honestly. The idea is that, but if you're working with a franchise that has already been there and you love the games and just stay within the formula. You can be creative in this sandbox right here, right? As long as you stay in that, you're fine. You can't really mess it up. If you mess it up, fine. You still sell well. The next one probably won't do as well, right? But you will do fine because you can ride that. But you can't find a formula for success. People always try, oh my God, there's Tetris or there's Minecraft. Let's make the next Minecraft. So what's the formula? What is it? There is no damn formula, right? There is no formula. People have been looking, that comes up so often.
Right.
I've heard that like a trillion times in my life. It's like, the formula, we're going to make the next this, we're going to make this next. No, you're not, okay? The fact that some guy sat down and made Tetris and it was sort of smashing success, it requires, the right start the right idea at the right time, the right guy, the right confluence of planets for crying out loud. It's just so many things have to come together that are completely out of your control. That the odds are that you cannot force it. If you have a franchise, you got lucky, right? You can ride it. Now you can do it, but you can't do it the first one, right? That one's just going to be one of those things that where things just come out right. Same reason why you can't hire successful managers and get success, right? You see it all the time. Oh, this company's trouble. We're going to hire so-and-so who's like famous for done this fantastic thing, and this, not just game industry, this great thing and that great thing and so on. They hire him and it still fails. Yeah, because guess what? Past successes have no guarantee that you're going to be successful in the future. Because the reason why these people were, and I fell for this trap as well, right? I left Bethesda and I thought, oh, I'm great, right? Again, idiot. But what I didn't realize, I did some pretty great things, to be sure. But the reason why I didn't, because everything happened to come together a certain way. I had the people, I had the time, and I had the environment, and there was the time that it was, and the other games were to wear, and it just happened to work out. But next time, it's not going to be that way. It's going to be something entirely different. And there's a huge amount of luck in this. Now, even if you are really talented, really skillful, you could probably, Sid Meier, man, that guy can't do anything wrong, right? So they're out there. People can just they know how to do their thing, and they do their thing, and it works.
Yeah, but at the same time, you could also argue that Sid Meier's basically been making the same game since the 1980s. So he's like just iterations of it and perfecting it. Right. Which, I mean, it still sells. So yeah,
he knows, he's figured out a formula that works, and he's just riding that. And you know what? If he loves doing that, then and it works, and it clearly does. And you know what? There's nothing wrong with that. It's not always like, oh my God, I got to do something original, something new again. It's like, do what you hit. If you love doing something, odds are you're going to be good at it, right? And odds are that you're going to be successful. And by successful meaning, I mean that you created something that you really like, really happy with. It's not perfect, but it's there's a difference between being successful and being popular. Those two things get conflated way too often, right? But if you're working something vanilla or something that's generally accepted or liked, and you're successful, odds are you also be popular. If you work to get popular, you will probably fail. Right, because it's just then you're not doing it because you love something. You're doing it for the wrong reasons, and you're gonna suck, basically.
Yeah, I definitely agree on that, and that's kind of what the movie industry is realizing now. With there is no formula. You have the right actor, the right script, the right time. It accidentally ends up being really relevant. People like it or don't. 10 years later, it becomes a hit. Who knows? Like it's such a. You absolutely can't. But you can't. Let's buy all the big names, get big directions on it. It must be. No, there's absolutely no guarantee of that. Right? It's just there's a huge amount of luck. You can do a lot. You can help your luck quite a bit, right? Yeah.
You can right people and spend the money and so forth. But it's still no guarantee. You just move your odds a little bit in your favor. That's all. But it's still a crapshoot. That's just how it is. And that's fine. So in that case, you know what? Just do what you love to do and do that well, because that way, at least at the end of all, you'll be happy because you did something really successful and really well, and you have grown as a person and professionally. And that's really all you can ever ask from life anyways. If you're there for the money, then you're probably shallow and an idiot. So whatever.